beginning of the movie, we see that a massive earthquake occurs in the middle of the ocean, causing the ground to split open and emit a bright blue light. We then see a couple floating in the water, spending time together happily. At this moment, the young man proposes to his girlfriend. But before she can respond, someone suddenly pulls the young man underwater. The girl becomes extremely scared and desperately searches for him. Suddenly, his lifeless body starts to float, and she can't stop screaming. As soon as the killer arrives on the scene, we see that he is actually an alpha zombie, and he brutally kills the girl as well. While this is happening, we see Hunter, Ray, and Jada enjoying a day of fishing on their boat. They notice another boat nearby, which has caught fire. The group quickly rushes over to help put out the flames before any serious damage can occur. The fire seems to have been caused by someone carelessly setting off fireworks. Hunter, being the local law enforcement officer, decides to confiscate the boat and scolds the group on board for traveling this far while drinking. But the young man doesn't seem to care about Hunter's lecture. Meanwhile, from a nearby cliff, a mysterious man watches the blue light with his telescope. Back on the boat, as Hunter's group resumes fishing, they realize that Ray's line has caught something big. However, when they pull it out of the water, they see that it's not a fish but a dead human body, completely blue. After seeing this strange blue glow, Jada uses an underwater camera to investigate and discovers that the ocean floor is glowing bright blue. This is not normal. Hunter radios the authorities to report the situation while Jada wraps the body. However, when Jada looks away for a moment and then back at the body, it's gone. The man was actually a zombie, and he suddenly attacks Jada, biting her shoulder. As Hunter grabs his knife, Ray tries to distract the zombie. Although Hunter stabs the zombie and brings him to the ground, the zombie shockingly gets back up. Hunter and Ray manage to push the zombie overboard into the sea. Back in town, Hunter's wife Kenzie receives a call from him. Kenzie being a doctor, Hunter needs to help Jada. Kenzie immediately heads out, leaving her daughter Sama, who decides to stay here and attend a musical show with her friends. During the event, Sama meets Dag, a singer, and it's clear they're getting along well. Kenzie arrives at the beach in an ambulance and sends Jada to the hospital. As doctors examine Jada, Ray stays by her side. Meanwhile, Hunter meets up with Sheriff Akoni, who agrees to investigate the strange events with Hunter. When they head out to the ocean in Hunter's boat, they notice that the blue glow has spread even further. Hunter sends another camera down into the water and sees that the glow is coming from a sunken ship. The ship has no name or tag, and as Hunter inspects the area, he notices strange creatures swimming nearby. Hunter speculates that this might be a zombie outbreak, but Akoni laughs at the suggestion. At that moment, a large group of zombies emerges from the water and starts swimming toward the boat. Realizing the danger, Akoni finally believes Hunter's theory. Hunter quickly calls his wife, telling her to quarantine Jada immediately. He then contacts his friends, asking them to evacuate everyone from the area. As a tsunami siren begins to sound, people everywhere start running. They also notice that the water is slowly receding. Hunter and Akoni want to return to help the civilians, but they are horrified to see a massive wave filled with zombies heading their way. The people panic, thinking it's a normal tsunami. Although Hunter tries to outrun the wave with his boat, they are soon overtaken by the wave, leaving them no choice but to find shelter. Within seconds, the zombie tsunami crashes onto the shore, destroying everything in its path and leaving zombies everywhere as the wave recedes back into the sea. After Hunter and Akoni safely return to shore, Akoni takes out his gun to shoot one of the zombies, but decides to save his bullets instead. At the hospital, Kenzie informs Ray that the hospital staff has mostly evacuated due to the tsunami, and no one is coming to help Jada. This means Ray has to stay quarantined with her. Back on the beach, as the few survivors try to help the wounded, Hunter and Akoni warn the remaining people of the danger, but it's too late. The zombies have already risen and begun attacking everyone around them. Many of the surviving people are infected and turned into zombies, causing the horde to grow even larger. Using guns and machetes, Akoni and Hunter manage to kill several zombies, but there are far too many of them to take down all at once. In an attempt to slow them down, Hunter starts the engine of a boat, using it to kill a large number of zombies. This gives the surviving group a chance to escape to the hospital. Jada suddenly opens her eyes but dies in the next moment. However, she immediately revives as a zombie and tries to attack Ray, but a doctor enters the room, giving Jada a new target. Jada attacks the doctor instead, allowing Ray the opportunity to escape the room. Back on the beach, Akoni kills another zombie with a hook. Although they have killed several zombies, the number of zombies continues to increase. And since injured zombies keep reviving, their efforts seem futile. As a result, Akoni and Hunter decide to retreat. After boarding a vehicle, they hear a scream from behind, and it turns out to be Blaine and his girlfriend. Hunter decides to escape with them. Meanwhile, the mysterious man goes down to the shore, holding an iron rod, and approaches a zombie. At the hospital, Kenzie, leaving a room, discovers that Jada has already killed all the staff members. Jada starts chasing her, forcing Kenzie to run. Fortunately, Ray grabs her into a room and locks the door. Unfortunately, all the staff members have now turned into zombies, and they break down the door. Ray and Kenzie flee once again. While running to another part of the hospital, they encounter a zombie in a wheelchair. A few minutes later, Akoni and the group arrive at a police station. However, more zombies are approaching, forcing them to flee quickly. As the zombies close in on Blaine, he pushes his girlfriend toward the horde and rushes inside with the others. As zombies pound on the windows, Hunter berates Blaine for what he did. Blaine, in turn, pulls out a gun from a guard's pocket and threatens to get the weapons from the armory. When the others refuse, Blaine shoots an officer. As he tries to make his way to the armory, Hunter knocks him out. Elsewhere, Sama and her friend see zombies running across the road. They try to escape, but unfortunately, several members of their group are killed by zombies. After running for a while, Sama's group decides to hide near a marketplace. However, the area is already infested with zombies. When Dag falls and injures his leg, Sama helps him walk. With another member being killed by zombies, the group splits up and runs in different directions. A young woman named Tani manages to incapacitate several zombies before running in the opposite direction with Sama and Dag. At the police station, Akoni tries to use the radio to call for help, but no one responds. During this time, Akoni picks up an envelope labeled Revoke, and while Hunter is distracted, Akoni destroys it. Meanwhile, Hunter accesses the Maritime Register and discovers that the wrecked ship they found was registered under Revoke Industries. Hunter realizes that the company had kept the discovery of the wreck a secret. When a zombie breaks through a window, Hunter and Akoni decide to go to the armory to get weapons. Hunter grabs a double-bladed sword. As they prepare to leave, Blaine, who is tied up, begs them to take him with them, but Hunter ignores him. Using police shields, they push through the zombies near the door and run outside. Akoni shoots at the zombies nearby, while Hunter uses a rocket launcher to destroy a group of zombies on the street. Unfortunately, the zombies aren't completely killed. As the situation worsens, another zombie tsunami approaches. While they flee in a vehicle, they spot the alpha zombie. Despite hitting it with the car, the alpha zombie remains unharmed. Later, Sama and Dag arrive at the parking lot, and they see that drummer member of their group is sleeping in a van. Because drummer is using headphones, he's unaware of what's happening. When he tries to help by stepping out of the van, he's overwhelmed by zombies and killed quickly. Sama and Dag try to lock the doors and escape, but the van won't start. Meanwhile, Tani has managed to escape the town and runs through a forest. Unfortunately, zombies are still chasing her. She spots a house in the distance and runs toward its gate. The owner of the house, Marty, sees her through CCTV cameras, and it's revealed that Marty is the man from earlier who captured a zombie and is studying it in his basement. Marty tells Tani to show the back of her head to confirm she's not been bitten by a zombie. After confirming she's not infected, he decides to open the gate. Tani runs inside, just in time before the zombies reach her. The zombies then begin to gather in front of the gate. Inside, Tani picks up Marty's radio and calls her father. It's revealed that her father is Sheriff Akoni. She says that until Akoni arrives, she can stay with Maddie at his house. Then, she tells Akoni to save Sama. At the police station, Blaine retrieves the key from the dead officer's body that can unlock the manacles. As he tries to leave, he sees his girlfriend become a zombie. She quickly attacks him and kills him. In the car park, the young man tells Sama to leave him there and escape from the zombies. After that, he climbs out of the window onto the roof of the vehicle and starts playing his instrument to distract the zombies. At the same time, Akoni and Hunter arrive, and Sama is able to run toward them. Akoni shoots every zombie that tries to grab Sama. As the group escapes, Dag is attacked and killed by a zombie. The group heads to a hospital and manages to close the door before the zombies can get to them. With no reply from Kenzie, Sama grabs a phone and runs into a room to hide. She contacts Kenzie through a speaker, and during this time, she learns that her mother is on the second floor. However, the noise attracts a group of zombies. Hunter and Akoni are forced to fight them using a gun and a fire extinguisher. Unfortunately, Sama doesn't realize that a wire from the phone is tangled around her leg. As the zombies pull on the wire, she is dragged toward them while one zombie breaks into the room. Sama is forced to kill the creature with her father's sword. At this moment, Hunter uses 2 wires from the power box to shock a zombie, and the electric current spreads to every other zombie nearby, killing them all. Later, Kenzie and Ray arrive, and Kenzie lovingly hugs her daughter. As the group prepares to leave, Kenzie realizes that these new zombies are different from the ones that emerged from the ocean. She notices that the ocean zombies have injuries on their bodies, and that someone has been experimenting on them. As they leave, Hunter destroys more zombies, allowing them to reach the vehicle and escape. The group eventually reaches Maddie's house. Akoni hugs his daughter lovingly. Maddie notices that Akoni has a wound on his hand, but Akoni reassures him that he wasn't bitten by a zombie and that it's just a small cut. Maddie explains that he hasn't been able to contact any authorities since the disaster started, and Tani realizes that even after 2 tsunamis, no one has come to help, implying there's some hidden agenda behind it. At this moment, we see the zombie that was kept in the basement break free from its chains. Akoni hears a noise and goes to investigate, only to find the examination room completely empty. Suddenly, the zombie jumps on him, and after a brief struggle, the creature bites Akoni. As he screams, the others rush into the room. The zombie leaps at the group and fights Kenzie, but Maddie shocks the creature with electricity, killing it instantly. Ray takes Akoni upstairs, and Tani starts treating his wound. Hunter decides to attach a taser to his knife. When Maddie gets criticized for keeping a zombie, he reveals that he only did it to study the creature's weaknesses. He explains that the zombies' bodies are filled with phosphorus acid, which is why electricity is the easiest way to kill them. Hunter suggests taking all the zombies to a water source and electrocuting them all at once. Afterward, they'll need to destroy the wreckage of the ship to prevent more monsters from coming. Maddie then reveals he has a large stash of C for explosives and grenades. As the group gathers their weapons, Hunter tries to kill the zombies outside the gate, but Kenzie helps him as the gate suddenly opens. Eventually, the group packs up all their supplies and kills all the zombies surrounding them, allowing them to leave safely. As they set off, Kenzie tells Hunter to take care of Sama if anything happens to her. Akoni starts getting very sick, so the group decides to rest in a cave. Since Akoni hasn't fully turned into a zombie yet, Maddie explains that because his brain hasn't been infected, it's taking longer for the transformation to happen. Realizing he's going to die, Akoni decides to confess. He reveals that 30 years ago, a pharmaceutical company came to this coast and conducted experiments to create a drug that could prevent aging. Before the government found out, the ship left the port. The company kept this secret by bribing all the local leaders. Akoni helped them because they promised to treat his wife, but sadly, she died. The drug wasn't ready for human trials, which is why it caused severe side effects. To cover it up, the company sank the entire ship. It turns out that before the ship was destroyed, the people aboard were trapped, and then the name of the ship was erased to avoid detection. Kenzie suspects that these are not side effects, but an attempt to turn humans into weapons. At that moment, the zombies find the group and attack them. Hunter manages to reactivate his blade and kills the zombies. As they leave, Akoni begins to die, forcing his daughter to leave him behind. Before she goes, she gives him a grenade. After the group escapes, they see Akoni use the grenade to kill himself and the zombies. The explosion causes the cave to collapse, preventing any more zombies from following them. After some time, the group arrives at the coast, and they split up according to their plan. Maddie reveals that he rigged his house with C4, and he remotely detonates it, destroying the house completely. Ray, Tani, and Maddie board a boat to destroy the shipwreck. As Maddie prepares the explosives, the zombies swim toward them, and Tani urges him to hurry. Hunter, meanwhile, takes some electric wires and brings them to the water. Kenzie and Sama stay by the power box waiting. As Hunter plays music and drives away, the zombies follow him toward the coast. Maddie jumps into the water to set the C4, but he gets surrounded by zombies. Tani tries to help him, but more zombies appear, preventing her from reaching him. Despite pushing them aside, it's too late. Maddie is already dead. Hunter tries to reach the shore, but his vehicle gets stuck in the sand. With no other choice, he starts walking. Suddenly, the alpha zombie finds him and throws him to the ground. Hunter realizes his taser isn't working, so he fights the alpha zombie hand-to-hand. Alpha zombie immediately attacks him, grabbing onto his spiked gauntlet, while Hunter repeatedly strikes the creature to rescue himself. At the same time, Kinsey arrives, pulling the vehicle out of the ditch and playing the music again. She manages to lure the group of zombies towards the nearby muddy lake. Hunter continues battling the alpha zombie over and over, and in the end, he manages to sever one of the creature's arms using another knife he had. Meanwhile, on the boat, Tawny tries to take the C4, but Ray gives her a life jacket, telling her to escape from here just as her father would have wanted. So, she jumps into the sea. Alpha Zombie is still fighting with Hunter, but eventually, he succeeds in activating his weapon and decapitating the creature, throwing it towards the shore. At that very moment, Sama activates the electricity, causing the entire zombie group to be electrocuted and die. After Tawny swims a considerable distance, Ray bids farewell to Hunter via the radio and detonates the C4 he threw into the sea. As a result, Ray dies. The explosion creates a massive wave heading towards the shore, and Hunter runs to escape it. The remaining members of the group manage to survive the wave. As they watch the Coast Guard boats approaching from afar, the couple embraces each other, and the movie comes to an end. Goodbye, everyone.